Hey everyone, I'm Kim.
And I'm Kat.
And this is Kim and Kat Read a Book.
I tried to do this.
And this is our unofficial mascot.
Oh, you said,
Scout.
Nice.
He's a little, he's doing good today.
Yeah, he, so our reoccurring guest at this point was immediately affectionate, and then he was across the room, and he went, nah. And he ran over here. And as soon as Dickens walked away is when he was like, okay, I guess I could go up on the couch now.
Yeah, you don't like the kittens very much, do you? So today we're going to do what we always do with a little twist. Mm-hmm. We're going to show off our knitting, and then Kat and I each are going to talk about a different book. Mm-hmm. So Kat, do you want to go first with your knitting?
Absolutely. I've got a lot to show off. I've been talking about it often, but I've got most of the hats done. I've got 8 hats here in front of me. I think only 4 of them have designs on them, so here's the 4 that don't have designs. They all have people assigned to them, so I know who's getting what color. But then I've got the 4 that do have designs on them. And I finished this one yesterday.
Nice.
And this is the first one. You can physically see it now. But then if you notice, this hat much taller than this hat. So, what I realized yesterday after finishing up the design on this hat, and I tried it on to make sure that it was not like too tight or the design didn't mess up the tension or whatever, I realized it's much, much bigger because I made the first 4 hats all in a row, and then I stopped to make the pants. And I forgot, not necessarily a pattern, but the amount of inches that I did.
Whoops.
So each one of these hats is a full inch longer before I started the decrease.
That's funny.
So yesterday, I took out all the decrease of this hat and I did another like 1.5 inches of actual hat before. So that's what I'm going to have to do. Even the ones with the designs on it, I'm going to have to take out.
Oh, shoot.
So I've added basically another week of hat making. But it's okay, because I've decided I'm going to give it to everybody in December and not necessarily worry about, like, proximity to birthdays.
Yeah.
So I've got 8, and this is my next color. Most of those are made with Merino 401. I have a lot of leftover knitting for Olive in this blue color, and her favorite book that she tells me is The Three Musketeers, and their outfits are all blue, this particular color blue, so I was like, oh, that's perfect. I have a lot of that. And then the other thing, as I made this a while ago, I think I made this last year, but I made this shirt, and I got the yarn from a knitting shop in Atlanta called Yarning for You. I'll include the name of the pattern in the description and probably above my head because I don't remember what it is, but of course it's purple and it's a sweater I made, and I bought the yarn right before I went to a Green Day concert, so it makes me think of Green Day every time I
Nice. Well, it's really pretty. I like the yoke pattern.
Yeah, it's a crocheted yoke down sweater, which is why I was so excited to make it, because it was my first like yoke down, and I think that technique is pretty cool. So I was like, cool, you can make her say I want to do that.
Nice. Well, it is November. Happy November, everyone, which means I am doing another gnome.
We are
actually, Kat's doing it too, but so I finished this hat yesterday. Actually, I started and finished it yesterday. It only took me probably about 6 hours. So, and it's a little wet right now because I'm blocking it. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. You can see it kind of like sucks in a little bit there, but hopefully with stuffing it, it'll balance out. So that's that. And then I know last time I mentioned the stocking that I was making, the holiday doodle stocking. And here's my progress on this. I'm very close to being able to turn the heel. on this. But I'm pleased with how this is coming out. It looks really cool.
It does. Yeah.
So yeah, I got to get this one done by Thanksgiving because that's when I'm going to see them. And then I also cast on a new project. This is going to be a poncho. I love the color. This is, so the pattern is called Onchopay by Casapinka, and this is Malabrigo Rios in like a teal kind of, I think the color's called Teal Feathers. I love Rios. It's another one of my favorite, well, Malabrigo is one of my favorite dyers.
Don't ask me to say it.
But I love Rios, and I love how it works up and how nice it is to work with.
It's so soft.
It's so soft, and it's not splitty, so it's just so easy to work with. So yeah, anyway, that's kind of what's on my needles right now, and I am not wearing a knitted object, obviously.
Yeah, it's not really good weather for this sweater. It's going to be a little too hot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 80
for the video.
I just got finished cleaning my fridge, so that was not a good, wearing a knitted object while you're doing that is not what you want to do. All right, well, let's talk books.
And I'll go first. My book was, I mentioned it, was The Spear That Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. It's a fantasy, and there's a debate within the book of whether or not it's a romance. I think it's a romance. Some of the characters think it's a romance. Some of the characters don't very explicitly think it's a romance, because it would have, if it were, it would be an LGBTQ, and the characters who are like, no, it's not, are like totally kind of homophobic old men.
Yeah.
So now. But I think it's a funny joke to make. The concept of it is kind of all over the place because there's a bit of time travel involved, so you can't really like who's the main character. But the perspective changes in the book are very, very well written. You mostly have a cast of 3 to 5 characters, depending on where you are in the book. And it's a travel story, so the main characters go from one spot within their universe to another spot within their universe. I think that it starts by basically saying like, oh, there's a dream theater, and you are at this dream theater. Emphasis on the you, because it's the second person. You are at this dream theater, and you're watching the events of the story play out in this dream theater. And then it gets kind of meta, and the characters within it have soliloquies, where it's kind of, the way I envisioned it is a scene will be happening and then a spotlight will show on a specific character, and that character will say something or feel something, and it'll be from the perspective of that character. So it might say like, oh, Kim and Kat are sitting on a couch, and then the spotlight will show, and I'm talking about my favorite book this month, etc., etc. So it's pretty involved, I think, that where it feels like I'm watching something that I'm reading. A lot of people in the book club at the Stacks didn't like that. They kind of felt that it took them out, or it was confusing on who was speaking. But I think the book did a pretty good job of saying, like, this scene is happening, thought somebody says something, the farmer said, or it's pretty intuitive of who is talking, from my perspective, which is one of the reasons I liked it. It's pretty steamy, but not in like a sexy way, but in like a, oh, that's cool, I want to see more of that, or like, how could this happen? And I don't want to spoil any of it, because I feel like if I say anything about anything part of it, it would be like, oh, well, all right, okay, then I guess. But very good, very good. The last thing I want to say, I think the author is, I want to say Filipino. That feels wrong. I'll look it up and make sure that I'm right. But the play, the way that they tell stories is through dance, interpretive dance. And that's actually a big part of the story within the story. Is a lot of the characters express their fights and emotions through like dance fighting, and not like the end of Guardians of the Galaxy where it's like I'm challenging you to a dance off, but it's like you want to kill me, so let's dance. Let's like fight this out through interpretive fighting. Very good. I like it a lot.
Okay. Well, my book is If We Were Villains by M.L. and I read this because it came recommended by some friends. I've taped the cover back together, but it still has got some chunks taken out of it. And I would say overall, I really liked this book. So the premise is it's 7 students who are in their senior year at a, for lack of a better word, like a theater school. So they're going to school to become, I guess they're called actors and actresses if they are in plays.
Right.
But the school is specific to Shakespeare. So they only ever do Shakespeare
plays.
Yeah. And so it's very niche. Apparently it's very expensive.
Specialty school.
School. I mean, the school itself had like other, like they had like music and they had some other specialty like arts things, but they're all very like niche specialty programs.
Are they still related to Shakespeare, or is it just their program?
Just the drama program was related to Shakespeare. Although, like I believe when they would put like a fall and a spring show on, play on, and I feel like the orchestra may have like.
Okay, that's fair.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
But anyway,
cooperation between the departments.
So these 7 students have, I mean, the back of the book kind of says this, but like they have their like very defined roles. They're like a set of friends, and they have very defined roles. They always play the same parts, you know, like whether they were the lead or like the ingenue or the villain. Right.
Villain.
But you kind of get a sense of who these people are, and then you kind of get a sense of the fact that their relationships are kind of fraught with drama.
Oh, really? Theater kids? Drama?
Drama,
Oh
I know.
gosh.
Shocking. And they start like fraying at the seams, and then one of them ends up dead.
Oh.
So, and this isn't a spoiler because it's like in the blurb somewhere on the, like, I think it was the Goodreads blurb about the book. But it happens like, the like death happens pretty far in. So it's like a pretty slow build up to this death. But the police rule it an accident, but
the theater kids know the truth.
You're as the reader, you're pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
But it's very so, and at the end you figure out like what actually happened. And
so you don't know that it was or wasn't a murder.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Because sometimes they spell it out and you're like, oh, how are they going to get out of this one? Right. What are they going to do? But no.
I mean, like, the death is, like, pretty suspicious. And so, like, as the reader, you're like, I can't believe the police ruled this as an accident. At least that's how I felt.
Yeah, both of us. What?
We've got kittens everywhere right now. And the one over there, Hemingway, has been for like a day or two coughing like she's got a hairball, but she can't quite get it up, so she's not feeling great. Anyway, I would say I enjoyed the ride. It was an easy read. It was a quick read. Like, it would be really nice as a palate cleanser or if you want to be entertained. Okay. The book itself is written in 5 acts, which is like clever. Isn't that like standard for Shakespeare? I want to say yes.
Oh, 5 seems like too many.
Well, in any event,
7 is. I'm sorry, I'm envisioning the introduction, rise to action, climax, blah, and then blah of there's 7. So maybe I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. So
9th grade English.
And then before every act, there's a prologue. So it's basically told from the perspective of one student, Oliver, but it jumps back and forth in time 10 years. So in the prologues, he's in the present, and then in the acts, he's in the past 10 years ago, telling basically this police officer what actually happened. Well, so at the very beginning of the book, at the very beginning of the book, he's getting out of prison, he served 10 years for this murder.
Okay.
Maybe I buried the lead there.
No, it's in the beginning of the book. So
it's the very beginning of the book. You start with him getting out of prison, and but the police officers are like, "Are you going to tell me finally, what
now
really
that you've
happened?"
served the time?"
Yeah,
sure.
So I don't know. I gave this 4 stars on Goodreads because I liked the plot. Again, I read it really quickly. But it just felt a little shallow. Maybe the characters were a little lacking depth. And they were kind of annoying sometimes. Something that I really didn't like was they always quoted Shakespeare to each other when they were talking. There's Hemingway.
Oh, hello,
she's available for adoption if you want a really pretty tabby cat. She's
cutie
so sweet. Anyway, they always quote Shakespeare to one another, and
I don't have the wherewithal to remember quotes, so
I honestly I never understood Shakespeare as I needed someone to spell it out to me to be this is what they actually meant.
Yeah, that's the thing, is even with Shakespeare, if I understood it, which I feel like most of the time, if I did, it would be I didn't understand a specific word and I'd have to look up that word. But it was kind of just, I would always auto-translate it to what it was in modern English. So if it was Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? I wasn't oh yeah, where is he? What's going on? I would know. I would read it and be why are you named this? Why do you have to be a Montague or whatever? Was he the Montague? See, this is why I wouldn't survive. I would be was he the Montague or was he the Capulet? It doesn't matter. No is the answer. It doesn't matter. They were on opposite sides.
Yeah, anyway. I guess I would recommend the book. I wouldn't recommend it to be wowed, but it was enjoyable. It was unique, a unique kind of whatever. I didn't love the ending. I'm not going to do any spoilers this time, but I felt when they wrapped it up in a bow, it just kind of felt false or flat or something.
Yeah. There was a potential to do more, but then they kind of just...
Yeah, or it just felt would the characters really have done those things?
Oh, okay.
It just didn't feel quite right.
That's fair.
It didn't sit quite right. So, yeah. But, again, I liked it. I'm gonna pass it along and let some other people read it. So I wouldn't say that this is the best book I've read all year. which
Much
we
better
should talk.
paintings.
Maybe if we do our record one in December, we should reflect on our reads for the year and talk about what we liked the most.
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a 100-book challenge for this year. I'm 80 books in, but I'm halfway through The Ring. I'm halfway through Outlanders. I'm halfway through Looking for Alaska. So I'm at least 83 books in. I have to start and finish Jurassic Park by Sunday. Which actually shouldn't be that hard because I hear it's super good. And like better than the movie, and it's one of my favorite movies, so it's gonna have to wow me. So I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. Jurassic Park can't miss. And if it does, I'll just watch the movie and forget that the book existed. So that'll be a fun adventure. I'll just bring the list of books that I'm gonna be like, let me just read you my Goodreads. This book, Caleb Carr, 5 out of 5 every time. That's the only one I remember because it's my favorite book, and that's how we started on this topic. The Alienist by Caleb Carr, my favorite book. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like your ideas.
I don't know.
Good
So I
ideas.
had a goal of 50 books this year, which I thought was actually completely attainable because in prior years I have read like somewhere between 45 and 55 books. But this year I've only read 30.
No, only 30 books.
I guess I've been like extra tired at night.
Yeah.
And reading competes with knitting. So I just feel like I do also do audiobooks. But yeah, I don't know, I just haven't been in the mood lately. Yeah, that's fair. So
and speaking of whether or not you recommend it to people, I forgot to mention, I recommend this to a lot of people. If they like, because it kind of feels like there's no slog. To me, it feels like there's no slog because we know what the people adventuring need to do, and it does kind of feel like it breaks it up into acts, mostly because kind of it does, but not as clear cut as that does. So I know that this happens, this happens, this happens. But just to kind of a little bit, I do recommend people read this book. It's quite good. I liked it a lot.
Awesome.
Sorry. Again, The Shining, the next book that we're reading for our book club.
So that'll be the next book we discuss here.
Yes.
In a few weeks, because gosh, Thanksgiving's coming and all sorts of crazy stuff.
I know. 5 weeks till we talk about it as a knit group, and oh no. So the book club at the Stacks is the same book, which just means I have to finish reading The Shining 3 days before talking about it at the knit group. You don't need to tear up my skirt. Thank you, though. Just usually what ends up happening is I end up reading the book like an hour before the knit group book club. So hopefully, I guess we could record our video. We should record our video before we do the knit group, so we're probably going to record it the first week of December. I gotta read this. Yeah, is what I'm saying. Oh no. That's okay. You know what? I have Thanksgiving break. I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I'm a teacher. I have a whole week to read.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I ordered it from the library, so hopefully it comes in soon. I'm finishing another light palette cleanser, like romance without like a non-spicy romance, basically. It's cute, but I don't know. It's not going to get more than... It's probably going to get 3 stars on Goodreads because it's just meh. Just something to read. You know?
I'm not a big fan of spicy reads.
Me neither.
It feels like it always distracts from the story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, and Dickens says thanks as well.
Yep. Just a light tap on the cheek.
He's so cute. All right. But thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, make sure to like
and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.